me tell y'all, I had a good story for MTV and they did not email me back. So MTV, when y'all see me all over y'all freaking dang on TV screens, just know y'all missed out on something really good because my story was really good, me being a teen mom.
Oh, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? What's good? What's happening? Okay, so I've been wanting to make this video for years. If you look back on my previous videos, you'll see like me and Sanaya, and I was trying to do like the teen mom updates, but I never did. Hold on. And I really want to make this video sitting on my couch, sipping my little wine or whatever, but I'm like, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. So I was a teen mom. I'm no longer calling myself a teen mom because I'm finally 25, so I no longer have that teen on the last of my age. So I just go by young mom now because I'm young. And I'm making this video because that's what I stand for, helping young moms, especially teen moms. We really don't get the credit that we deserve. So many people talk down on teen moms, but teen moms know how to make stuff happen. Most of them. Some of y'all out there giving teen moms a bad name, just like it's some parents out here that give
moms and dads bad names because they don't take care of their children. But this video is not about them. This is my story. So
I got pregnant at 16. It was in the summer, and I never been like really big. Well, let me not say big on boys because that just sounds bad. I never been the type to just really care about having a boyfriend in high school. Like, oh, it was nice, and I'm gonna get into the story about how I almost had a boyfriend. Well, I didn't have boyfriends in high school, but how I was almost like in love and shit. And well, I won't even say that. I could have had a boyfriend, like a for real boyfriend, high school sweetheart, but I ended up pregnant, and that was my main focus. So anyway, I was pregnant at 16. My main concern was dance. Like, I was into performing arts. Excuse me. I got pregnant my junior year, like going into my junior year, and I was on the dance team. I was so into trying to get my letterman. That was my main concern, my letterman. I could have got my letterman my freshman year of high school through choir, but I chose dance over choir. And then the thing that made me mad about that was my dance teacher didn't even like put me on like the competition dances to even get my letterman. So I really could have just chose choir and then came back to dance, but that's besides the fact. So I got pregnant in the summer. I didn't know that I was really pregnant, but then my parents was going through a custody battle, so I was back and forth between my mom's house and my dad's house. And I think about, because I was still kind of spotting and having my my period symptoms. And what happened? Oh, I think, because I really don't know what month I was or how many weeks I was. I know I had went back to my dad's house. So I got pregnant at my mom's house. I invited Sanaya's dad over, not even to have sex. Like, I wasn't having sex like that. That was not my main concern. I just invited him over because I haven't seen him in a while. Like, that was supposed to be my friend or whatever.
like, it wasn't even all that.
Went back to my dad's house, going back and forth between them. Then I know during the summer
with dance, I'm looking at all these cars going by. During the summer, I hope they don't think
the hell. Anyways, during the summer with dance, we had boot camp. So, and I remember this, the only time I got nauseous was during boot camp, but I remember I barely ate that day. I didn't drink enough water, so I know for sure I felt nauseous. And then, like, in the back of my head, like, I know I didn't really get my period yet, so I was like, hope I'm not pregnant. But at the same time, like, I know I'm not pregnant. So that was the only time I had got nauseous during my whole pregnancy with Sanaya. And we was doing, like, you know, boot camp, running up the bleachers, running the track. It's hot as hell outside.
Left 357 throughout the whole track. Like, I'm exhausted. So of course I felt nauseous. I wasn't the only one that was nauseous, but I was the only one that was pregnant that didn't know I was pregnant, besides the fact. And then I wasn't even the only one pregnant on the dance team that year. Anyways, so many people was pregnant on the dance team, but you know, not everybody became teen moms.
No shade, no tea, none of that.
So where was I? Oh, boot camp. So
Like I was saying, I don't know what month it was. I don't know if it was like my second or third month of being pregnant. My dad made me take a pregnancy test. And this is so funny because by then I did not get my period. So I didn't get that was my first time ever missing my period, ever going through any of that. So I didn't get my period. Then my dad made me take a pregnancy test month 2 or 3.
y'all, that test came back positive. That was the first time I ever had a pregnancy scare. Pregnant, I was just pregnant, shit. And he made me take that test. And that test came back positive. When I tell y'all, I was shocked. I got some tissue, like I want to flush that test down the toilet.
I got some tissue and I wrapped that shit up and I threw it in the trash. And honestly, my daddy could have really went in the trash can if he wanted to, but I feel like at that point he kind of respected the fact that just like, you know, it was just too much. Because when I got done, when I got out the bathroom, he was like, so what did it say? And my ass was like, it came back negative. So he's like, where's the test? I was like, I threw it away. And I'm really surprised he didn't continue with it. But after that, we never spoke on it. So I just went on with my life. In my head, I never was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. In my head, I was like, shit, fuck that shit. I'm not pregnant. I don't give a fuck what this test said. And I know I'm cursing. Forgive me if y'all like cuss words, but that's just what I was thinking. Who pregnant? Not me. I don't care what that test say. So went on my life with nothing happened. Living my everyday life. Like I said, I didn't really have no pregnancy symptoms. My pregnancy was easy. The only thing, and I can't say back then too, when my early pregnancies, first and second trimester, I would come home from dance so tired. I'm thinking I'm just exhausted from dance, but I was super duper tired. I would go home, I wouldn't even take a shower. I would have to wake up out my sleep to take a shower. I come home and go to sleep on the couch. I wouldn't even make it to my room. That's how tired I was. And looking back, I was like, oh my God, I was just so exhausted. Let me tell y'all something. This what really gave it away. So, like I said, I was on the dance team. I did every single football game, dancing out there on the field, jumping up and down, having a good old time like I wasn't pregnant. But I had a 4-pack because I used to work out every single day.
Now, you gotta find some type of motivation for me to even try to do a sit-up.
I had a 4-pack. Everybody on my dance team can tell you, my stomach was flatter than flat with some packs in there. My belly was getting bigger. So picture little old me, give me a little more weight. So picture little old me, little like this, with a flat stomach, flat ass, flat everything. And my belly just started getting rounder and rounder, then harder and harder. And it was a girl on my dance team that I already had a child. And my friends at that time, they was like, bruh, you're pregnant. And she felt my stomach. She was like, bruh, stop playing, you're pregnant. So I'm like,
whatever. When I tell y'all I was in denial, I did not want a child.
My main concern was, okay, I'm not in a relationship with this guy. I want my letterman. I want to go off to college so I can get away from my people and have my own room and decorate it how I want to. The least of my concerns was a baby. But my belly was getting big. So, like I said, I danced the whole entire football season. Now it's time for competition season, which is around December. And we was trying out for competitions. And, okay, so at this point, I know I'm pregnant. But nobody knows. But it's rumors going around that I'm pregnant. For some odd reason, people had my name in their mouth. Y'all, I stayed to myself I'm cool with everybody, but it was no need for people to go running their mouth. But that's what people do. We're in high school. Oh, my auntie worked at the school, and people had her class. I don't know what people was going back and telling her. My main thing when it comes to people running their mouth is, if you have something to say about me, come to me. So I don't know if my aunt still have this letter. I really wish she did. But my aunt had asked me earlier that day and I think, did I? No, I didn't have her class then. I wanted her class. But she worked in a coffee shop at the school. And she was like, this rumor's going around, and blah, blah, blah. She's like, are you pregnant? So I'm looking at her, like, my ears are high. You know how you get nervous? My ears are high, and I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know how to tell you. But I was like, okay, how about this? Because I don't want to just come out and say, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm freaking 16. I should be getting a car right now. 16, sweet 16. I already have my sweet 16. I should be getting a car and everything I want. Not a baby. But anyways, I don't know how to tell you out my mouth that I'm pregnant. So I told her I'm going to write you a note. So I remember in one of my classes, I had wrote her a note basically telling her. I told her that I was pregnant that day. That same day was competition tryouts. And I had my jacket on, but we had on leotards. So, you know, leotards tight as hell. They're going to show everything. And I remember we had to take our jackets off. So I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know what to do. I can't suck in my stomach the whole time. So we getting ready to try out for a dance. And my dance teachers, like, they keep looking at me funny. So I'm like, oh. Fuck. They looking at my belly. Let me try to suck it in. Like, yo, when I tell y'all I was trying to suck my belly in to make it look like it was
flat, you know that shit. You be out of breath by then. So,
no, we tried dancing. We did one dance. I remember this. We did one dance. My dance teacher, my coaches, stopped the whole damn tryouts because we was in groups of 4. Stopped the whole tryouts and was like, Shannon, get in my office now. So I'm like, oh, fuck. And I remember talking to Miss P. I don't want to say their names because I don't want nobody come back on me and shit like that. But I remember talking to Miss P. And then Miss K came up in there. And it's like, are you pregnant? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, no. And it's like, no. Your stomach was flat. Your stomach is round. She felt my belly because Miss K was pregnant too at the time. She felt my belly. She's like, you're definitely pregnant. And I was just like, ugh. And it's like, we gotta call your mom.
Call my mama.
I was like, I can tell her on my own time. It's like, do y'all really need to call and tell her? Like, let me tell her on my own time. So that really did make me mad. Because it's like, I don't want y'all telling my mama. I can tell my mama. But the thing was, pause. They said that they had to tell my mama because they had to tell her why I couldn't finish tryouts. So I'm like, just make up anything. Tell them I can't finish. I thought for a long time, I was like, oh, they kind of helped me tell my mama.
but I wrote my Amy that note. So my mama, my daddy, even though he kind of already knew, he never brought it back up. Like, everybody was about to find out because my aunt knew. So
Called my mama kind of rushing up to the school. Like, you know, at the same time, it's kind of embarrassing. But I'm like, okay, shit, it ain't nothing I can do. So I remember my godmom coming up to the school, and you know, I rode with them, and like the ride was quiet. But we ended up going to my granny house, and my granny's crying, and then they told my brother to go in the other room. It was just all so weird. But you know, found out I was pregnant. My mom was mad, but like literally the next day, like she was like, okay, well, we gotta come up with a plan. What we gonna do with the baby? Like, we started planning all this stuff. We ended up finding a pregnancy center in the Woodlands. So they made me, I forgot when the appointment was. Like I said, this was 8 years ago. But they made me take a pregnancy test. Mind you, everybody know I'm pregnant. It's like, once everybody found out I was pregnant, that belly just started getting bigger overnight. So now it was like, surprise, yes, I'm here. So we started planning the baby shower and all that. When I went to the place, not the baby shower, getting ahead of myself. But when I went to the place, they made me take a pregnancy test. Of course, like, pregnant, my stomach big. But just to confirm everything, they set me up with some classes, the birthing center. It was like really helpful, and it made me realize how many resources we have as people that a lot of people don't know about. And I said, when I get older and able, I do want to have, God damn, I do want to have a center like that, because that center is no longer around. I think they have moved, but I really don't know what happened to it. I kept trying to look it up. So when I do know about other young moms and just people getting pregnant, period, I want to help them out, because having a baby is not hard, but it's not easy. And having a baby is much easier when you have a village in support. I can say my journey as a teen mom was not the easiest, because I was a single teen mom. It was not the easiest, but I did have support. Let me get to the story about how I was finna go to 2012 prom. I graduated 2013. I was finna go to class of 2012 prom.
With the boy that I was liking, like, I remember seeing him around. He was cute, you know, he had chocolate skin and all that. I know I love me.
Fine ass dark skinned guy.
We'll just be talking. I had him as a friend on Facebook. Like, he'll come, like, he'll skip his class and come chill in my class, and we would just be chatting up and talking or whatever. And by then, like, I'm pregnant. I didn't know how to tell him I was pregnant, because let me tell you, he was about to ask me to be his fucking girlfriend, and I was so pissed off about that, because it's like, damn, like, I'm not even pregnant by him. I'm pregnant by a whole nother dude that I'm not even with. And that's a whole nother story. Well, I'm probably gonna get to that. Oh, y'all, I think I was more hurt about not being his girlfriend than I was about being pregnant, because y'all, I fucking cried. Like, I cried so many freaking days, because I remember my friend that was on the dance team, she was cool with him. She's like, yeah, like, he really feeling you, and I really feel like he finna ask you to be his girlfriend just before we found out I was pregnant. And dog, I remember one day he came to the class. By then, like, we know I'm pregnant, my belly showing. Day I had on a white shirt or something like that, and you know, it kind of showed my belly, and like, the conversation was real short and dry, and he sat across from me and he just stared at my stomach. So I'm like, shit, like, I don't know how to fucking tell him. Like, he's what, 16, 17, I'm 16, like, he not gonna be ready to take care of nobody else's kid. I wouldn't even put that pressure on anybody to even be like, okay, well, you know, okay, look, Cole, like, this is a lot to take in. You still have your life ahead of you. This not your child. You know, you don't have to. Him stepping up to the plate wasn't even like an option for either one of us, and he just was staring at my belly, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta tell him. And y'all, after that, like, when he seen me in the hallway, at first he wouldn't even speak to me. He wouldn't even look my way. He just looked straight past me. And when I tell y'all that shit hurt, that shit hurt. I think I was more hurt about us not being together than I was about all the extra shit Sanaya dad put me through during my pregnancy. Eventually, Breon did come around, and then like few months later, and then like a few years later, like, he came back into my life or whatever, and then he went to the army, and I was mad at him. But like, we're cool now. I will say this, it was rumors on both ends. On my end, that I really just, you never heard me actually say that shit, but I will say it was rumors on both ends from Sanaya dad and from my side. So it was like drama throughout my pregnancy. I don't do drama, and I wasn't finna stress the baby out, because by then, you know, I'm pregnant, so I'm not finna stress the baby out. I'm not finna stress myself out. I'm not finna go back and forth on Twitter. I never been that type of person. Like, if you have something to say to me, say it to me. DM me. If I have a problem with someone, I'm gonna go straight to the DM, or I'm gonna call them, text them, or, you know, when I see them, I'm gonna ask them, what's up? By then, I was getting real close to God. Like, I was close to God. I was praying every day, praying over the baby. And I remember tonight, Dad was like, oh, now this B want to pray to God. So I just laughed. Like, we're subbing each other on Twitter at this point. But after a while, I'm like, okay, this shit boring. Like, whatever. I don't do slugs. I don't do all that shit. So I don't really speak too much on that. I feel like if I would have spoke and made this video back then when I really wanted to, 8 years ago, then you guys would have got like all the fucking tea. You would have got everything that was going on. But I'm kind of over that. I let a whole lot of things go. I will say he stressed me the fuck out throughout my pregnancy. the things that I was craving was strawberries, Hershey's cookies and cream, Chinese food, and every single day I had to have Mexican tacos. I had to have the breakfast tacos with eggs, potatoes, and bacon. And then I had on corn, of course. And then I had to have my 3 fajita beef on corn with everything on it, with the green sauce. We had found a program. So I was going to Decaney. We found a program at Westfield, which is like the opposite school. Westfield is red, Decaney is blue. And I really could have went to Westfield. Like my mom went to Westfield, but how they have it zoned, they ended up being zoned to Decaney. So it was it's a daycare at Westfield for young moms. And then it was a program, I don't know if they still have it. I had talked to Ms. Turner, but it's a program for young moms where you get out of school at 12:30. So I'm pregnant at this time. I had to switch over to, this was second semester. I had to switch over to Westfield. And y'all, was so sad to leave my friends. Like, I loved my schedule. I loved everybody in all my classes. I loved my teachers. And I had ended up switching my, I think I seen a spider. I ended up switching my classes over to Westfield, so I get out half a day. I only took 2 classes at Westfield, and then I would go home. That was the greatest thing. I ended up doing it until like the whole second semester, and I ended up having Sanaya. And then after my 6 weeks, I went back to Westfield, and I was getting out at 12:30. And I ended up having Sanaya 3 weeks early. So Sanaya, when I went to the doctor, I was doing my little routine checkup. Sanaya was supposed to be due March 7th. I ended up having Sanaya February 14th. I had to be induced. And I ended up having her 3 weeks early because the fluid in my sac was low.
So we don't want the baby to not be able to swim around in my belly and die. So I ended
up getting induced. I went in for a doctor's appointment. And what happened? Oh, my doctor was like, your fluid is low again, because the week before my fluid was good. Then I went in that day. She's like, I want to have this baby. So I'm like, shit, what you mean? Because my baby shower was that week. That Saturday. I went on a Monday. And she's like, you're going to have the baby tomorrow or on the 14th or the 15th. And I was like, oh, shit. My hair not even done like I want to. Like, I haven't did my pregnancy pictures. My baby shower. And she's like, I don't want to take no chances. So she's like, oh, have a Valentine's baby. Because at first I was like, do I really want to have her on a holiday? And then she's like, have her on the Valentine's Day. Have a Valentine's baby. So I'm like, oh, that would be cute. Her birthday on Valentine's Day. Double the gifts, blah, blah, blah.
Who would have told me 8 years later that shit is kind of hard trying to get Valentine's gifts and a theme for this little girl. So,
end up preparing I didn't even have my hospital bag prepared.
Yeah, wasn't prepared. I was waiting until after my baby shower.
Had her, so I'm going to make a labor and delivery video. That look like my mom car. After this is going to be part 1. I'm going to do 2 parts. So, this part 1, I talked about, like, discovering I was pregnant, my cravings, like, my journey. I'm talking about my labor. Okay, I'm talking about my labor and delivery on the next video. And also, in part 2, I'm talking about, like, my journey after having Sanaya on up until, like, college. And that concludes part 1. So thank you guys for watching. Probably in part 2, I'm probably have my wine. Sippy sip, because I need that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video of me talking about my pregnancy and being a teen mom. Oh, pause. Okay. Let me talk about this too. Because by then, the show 16 and Pregnant was on MTV. Let me tell y'all, I had a good story for MTV and they did not email me back. So MTV, when y'all see me all over y'all freaking dang on TV screens, just know y'all missed out on something really good, because my story was really good, me being the teen mom. The pregnant shit. Yeah, I emailed them and they never did email me back, and I really don't appreciate that, because they missed out on a really good storyline, like some really good shit. And just me, period. Me and Sanaya, they could have had us. But that's okay, because shit, we gonna have our own TV show. Anyways, I just want to let y'all know that MTV missed out on something great.